In this video, I'm going to be going over the only guide you will possibly need to go viral on TikTok. And doing this, I'm also going to be giving away my 1 billion view formula in hopes that it will help you go viral in your first month posting on TikTok. I'm Tristan. I'm 19 years old and I moved all the way from Indiana to Southeast Florida, all from social media. I also used to be in college. I got to drop out of that and I honestly got to change my life through social media. And since 2022, I've gotten over 1 billion views. Some of these successful videos being videos like this, that has 60 million views, and a video like this that has 31 million views. But that's not it. I've also went viral in gaming too. One of my biggest clients that helped me scale my agency was Bucky. And here are a couple successful videos that I made for him as well, like this video and this video. I've went viral in many niches, from IRL to gaming to business. I've also produced advertisements that got 4 million views and made my client $10,000 on launch day. And we also work with a bunch of 8-figure creative maps in Fortnite. And honestly, after growing all of these accounts over and over, I can confidently give you all of the strategies that I use in hopes that it will help you out too. Now that you have an understanding of my experience, let's go into the basics of building a brand on TikTok. The first steps of the basics is you need to pick a niche you're interested in. Why the fuck would you go do midding if you love playing basketball? It doesn't make sense. It's a waste of time, and honestly, the scope on basketball is much bigger. But I will say there are riches in the niches. Whatever you like to do, there's so many people in the world and so many people on TikTok that you're able to get 1 million views literally doing anything. You can make a video about little cockroaches and probably get 5 million views if you make it good enough. You can literally get views doing anything. And over time, posting in this niche, you're going to develop skills that help you find your exact target audience, which is how you're going to be able to get more views. And when posting content, you need to know anything and everything about your niche, because how do you expect to make good videos if you know nothing about what you're posting about? One of the easiest ways to do research about your niche is to go on TikTok, go to the filter, and go to the last 30 days and sort it by like count and scroll through all of those videos and see what your competitors are already doing. One of the best strategies to do when you're learning is literally just seeing what your competition is doing, because when you do this, you get to learn exactly how they're getting millions of views and you can replicate it and expand off of it and make it better, because you don't want to fully copy them. No one likes a copycat and it's not authentic. And if you're a business, honestly, you have it easier. You just get to see what the top businesses already do on TikTok, and then you make ideas that revolve around what they're already doing. And most importantly, what you need to do is you need to investigate what these brands are doing to make interesting content that resonates with their viewers. It doesn't hurt to take inspiration from others. Literally everybody does it. I do it. You need to start by taking inspiration from others, because once you get a good grasp on it, because that's when you can go innovate on new ideas that appeal to a broad audience. And most importantly, don't expect your first video to be amazing. Mine wasn't, yours won't be either. Don't even expect your first 10 to be good or 100. It's all about the reps that you put in. It doesn't matter if your videos are doing bad. What matters is that you're actually putting in the work to learn and make better videos, because eventually, by the law of attraction, everything is just going to come together and you're going to figure out the way to be able to get views. But it's not going to happen instantly. You don't want to spend a ton of time making these videos because you just need to get them out. You just need to be able to say fuck it and post it. And something that a bunch of people always do is give up. You cannot give up. When you give up, you stunt your growth entirely. A good short book that I read when I was starting out was called The Dip by Seth Godin. It's a book that teaches you about how if you don't give up and do the right tasks, it's eventually going to pop off. And after I read that book, I just never gave up. And looking back over the last year and a half, I can see that it worked out. And it's because I didn't give up. If I would have gave up 6 months ago, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. If I gave up today, I would stunt my growth completely and I wouldn't be able to scale and get to the goals that I want in life. But now that we have the mindset and basics out of the way, we need to get into the scripting of the videos. Once you've come up with your idea, you need to write a script around these videos, because it helps organize and get the hook and everything else within the video out to an audience clearly. And you need to do these 3 things when you're scripting a video. The first thing you need to think about is simplicity. You don't want to overwhelm your viewers with complex information. And honestly, the best way to reach a broad audience is through something that anyone could understand. Your video also needs to be interesting. It needs to give a viewer a reason to want to watch it. Your video also needs to be simple, because how do you expect a viewer to watch a video that's boring? You wouldn't. You want to make sure that your sentences are going together properly and you're giving your viewers enough value. And it doesn't matter how you give them value. It can be comedy, information, motivation. It could literally be anything. It just needs to give the viewer a reason to interact with the video. Which brings me to my last point of engagement. Engagement is the reason a video will blow up. On YouTube Shorts is about the average watch time. But on a TikTok, it's all about how viewers engage with the video. If they like, comment, share with somebody. But it also doesn't mean that you need to have 1,000 pop-ups and random sound effects and things in videos, because honestly, that would just make me scroll and leave the video if I watch TikTok. It's funny. TikTok's my job, but I don't even watch TikTok. But on a real note, you just need to keep the content super simple and interesting. And if you do this right, it'll keep the video engaging. In order to reap the benefits of going viral in the first place, you need to make a video that's entertaining enough that distracts people from their personal lives. It sounds fucked up, but that's literally what TikTok is. It's a distraction from your personal life and everything that's going on. And ways that you can do this is by selecting good B-roll. What B-roll is basically the background footage to what you're saying. So depending on what you're doing, if you're vlogging, it'd be completely different. But if you're doing motivation or you're telling a story, the B-roll is really what is telling the story and visualizing what's going on for the viewer, and that's what they're paying attention to, not your subtitles. And whenever you write your script, you need to be able to execute this video in a way where people won't get bored, which goes back to my point of piecing together a video properly. One thing you need to really focus on is the first 5 seconds of the video, because when you think about it, someone scrolling on TikTok, all they're going to see is that beginning of the video, and that's going to determine whether they stay or they leave. So you need to really focus in on the hook of a video. And I wouldn't even say it's 5 seconds, it's more like 2 seconds. People's attention spans nowadays are completely ruined. They're horrible. Even mine has been a bit trashed from all of the social media stuff I've been in. And now that you successfully created a good script and a good idea, we're on the last step, which is editing. But what a bunch of people think is that you need crazy good edits. If you go on Instagram Reels and go to the business niche, I mean, it's flooded with insanely high quality edits, but you don't need that. It's all about the idea of the video in the first place. But when it does come to editing, it helps with piecing together the information in a way for viewers to watch, and it keeps it engaging. And like I said, it doesn't mean crazy sound effects or video effects. It's honestly just cutting together things in a right way where the video looks good. And for editing softwares, all I'd really recommend at this point is Premiere Pro, which is what I personally use, or CapCut. CapCut is really good. I have a lot of friends who use CapCut, and they became very successful through TikTok with just CapCut. They didn't need Premiere. And one thing you need to always remember is you just need to improve at least 1% every time you make content. Because if you do this over time, it's going to compound, and all of a sudden you're making these videos that are getting hundreds of thousands of views. And one of the crazy things about it is, like, you don't even realize it. You don't look back and see how much you've actually improved because you've just stayed consistent. That's how everything works in life, I feel like. Anything you do every single day, it just eventually, it comes together. It just works. But you need to be putting in the right effort and the right work in the right places. If you're not learning from your bad scripts and your bad videos and your bad ideas, then you're never going to go anywhere. But if you constantly work on that each video, you're bound to go viral. I know this video was put together pretty bad. This is my first YouTube video. I'm not a fan of being on camera, but I really want to get better at this skill, as my job is social media. I'm good at editing other people's content, but not doing my own. But I do promise you this, if you take this advice and actually apply all of these things into videos, you're bound to succeed and go viral. You will be coming back to me in 6 months and saying thank you. Everyone gives this advice. So many people have talked about the same concept. It's really what you do with the advice. Because I was the same way. I used to learn all of these different things and I would never apply it. I learned the same thing from so many videos, I'd never do anything with it. But if you actually do these things, take these steps, you will go viral. Short form content is becoming the #1 way to get your name out in 2024, and you don't want to miss out. Thank you for watching this video. It's my first one. It's really bad. You can make fun of me in the comments. I don't really care. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.